Good morning, guys. Good to see you. Today we start with the message, if not now, when? So now, right? Let's start now. I hope you guys are doing well. I hope you've had a great week, great tests, great grades. And today we are going to start a new unit. Enough with the talk about the cities. Woohoo! We're going to change the topic, but it's not really a very drastic change. It's a change in the topic. Okay? So it's not a big change, still it's a changing topic. So good to be here with you guys. Today we are going to finish one topic from the previous unit, from Unit 4, Big Cities, Big Challenges, which talks about phrasal verbs, okay? So it talks about phrasal verbs formed with the verb put, to put, which is an irregular verb, and the past tense of put is put just the same, okay? So we're going to see phrasal verbs with put, and then we're going to get started on our next unit, which talks about sustainability. And I'm sure you guys are familiar with our work with the UN, with UNESCO. So we're going to talk about the sustainable goals, which is a topic I'm sure you guys are aware, and that actually you've even worked with them, right? Because our facts are always based on UNESCO's sustainability goals, okay? But we're going to talk about that as well. Anyway, my name is Alhandra. Today we have here Gabriel on the computer. This is the name I'll be calling when we need to change things on the screen. And we have Renata to do the mediation, okay? So whatever you have to say, you have to type. You type and Renata will let me know, okay? If you have any questions, if you want me to speak slower, if you need some explaining in Portuguese, you just let her know and she'll let me know, okay? Renata, estamos com quantos alunos aí? Come on! Where are my students? You guys, wake up, smell the coffee. Good morning. It's time to wake up, okay? It's Friday, TGIF, but before we can enjoy our Friday, we have to work on this, okay? So, today, before we get to the work, before we get down to business, we are going to talk about an important date. Tomorrow is a very important date in America, in the United States precisely. Do you know why? I'm sure you guys know. It's because it's 4th of July, the independence of the United States. And unlike what we have in Brazil, they do celebrate the independence. Because for us, I don't know if it is for you guys, but at least for me and for the people that surround me, my family and friends, our independence is pretty much a holiday, right? We don't work, we stay home, we go to the beach, we party, whatever you guys like doing when you're free. But generally, we don't really celebrate the independence. When we are children, we go marching, and I don't even know if kids go marching anymore. I see it becoming more and more difficult to see kids marching on the streets, right? Did you guys used to march when you were children and it was September 7th? Did you go marching on the streets with your friends from school around the block? I used to do that. But nowadays, I don't see it very often. Still, there is a big parade here in Fortaleza. Generally, it takes place on Beira-Mar Avenue. They have a big parade, right? And there the Army, the Navy, some schools, they go marching on September 7th. But Not many of us go there to see the parade, and it's mostly a holiday, right? In the United States, they do hold it special. It is a special date, and they do celebrate it. So because tomorrow is the 4th of July, we're going to sing the national anthem. Oh, say, can't you? I'm kidding. I don't even know the lyrics. I know how it starts. Oh, say, can't you see? And therefore, but I don't know the American anthem. But anywho, tomorrow is the Independence Day, and I just wanted to talk to you a little bit about the celebration. We're not going to study the history of America and its 13 states, and I'm sorry to call it America. As a person from South America, we don't really accept the idea that America would be the United States, right? America is the whole continent. But Americans from the United States, they do refer to the U.S. as America. They simply say America as if America would be the United States only, right? So, we're going to talk a little bit about the 4th of July. Because our assistant cannot press enter right now, I'm going to talk a little more until we can go to the slide, okay? So Americans do celebrate the independence. And mostly, the most common ways to celebrate it would be to have a barbecue at home with the family, an Independence Day barbecue. They also, previously to the date at school, they generally have plays, and these plays represent the way America was formed by its immigrants and its Indians, its natives, right? And this combination. And they also act out the Declaration of Independence. So anyway, they celebrate at school pretty much like we do, and they have barbecues at home, and they enjoy the fireworks. There is lots and lots of fireworks for Independence Day. So people go outside to observe the fireworks at the end of the day. And it's a very big celebration and a beautiful celebration. So they do talk about the independence and the way the country got together and it was formed, and they do represent their love for the country in many ways. They dress in the colors of the flag, and they go outside with their faces painted and everything else. It is a pretty holiday to celebrate. I've never been to America specifically on an Independence Day, but I would love to. We see a lot of it in series and shows, right? So, Gabriel, can you just move on to the next slide? So, all my slides today are based on Independence Day. So, happy 4th of July. For tomorrow, you guys are going to do some research on the independence of the United States, and then next week we can play a quiz to see who knows more about George Washington and the Declaration of Independence and so on, okay? But this is on your own. You guys read a bit about the American history, and then we're going to play a game, okay? Next class. But happy 4th of July. I hope you guys enjoy your day as if you were celebrating it or any other reason. So anyway, I have a small text just to represent the date. From 1776 to the present day, July 4th has been celebrated as the birth of American independence. See? American independence. As if America was narrowed down to the country. With festivities ranging from fireworks, parades, and concerts to more casual family gatherings and barbecues. The 4th of July 2020 is on Saturday, tomorrow. And then, as I was researching for this piece of information, I found lots and lots of websites suggesting ideas to celebrate this 4th of July at home. since people won't be able to go out, right? Or at least they shouldn't be really out on the streets. Okay, so happy 4th of July. It is an important date for the people in the United States, and it is an interesting way to compare to the way we celebrate our independence. Okay? Anyway, this is it for the 4th of July, but still, all our slides today are based on the 4th of July. I hope you guys enjoyed this little talk. Let's move on, Gabriel. So as I said before, today we are going to finish talking about the unit, the previous unit in our book, the units that discuss big cities, big challenges, right? And the final topic we had to discuss was phrasal verbs with the verb to put. We have talked about phrasal verbs specifically during this unit because we discussed phrasal verbs formed with the verb to run. Remember? To run into, to run across, and so on. Now we have a list of phrasal verbs with the verb to put. Like I said before, put. It doesn't change. So when I say I put, it can be now, every day, as a regular habit, or I can be saying about something I did yesterday. I put my car to wash yesterday. Okay? Let's see some of these phrasal verbs. We have to put up with. To put up with means to tolerate. I can't put up with it any longer. I can't stand it. I can't accept it any longer. Every day when I go home, I have to put up with this terrible neighbor I have. He's very impolite. So to put up with means to stand, to tolerate. Okay? And it is a very common expression to hear. To put on is to wear, right? I'm going to put on my coat. And this is also something that we do miss out from countries where you have different seasons, because the habit of putting on and putting out the coats is very common. So every time when you go out, you put on a coat, and then wherever you come in, you have to have a special place to put your coats. It's an interesting habit we don't have, right? So to put on is to wear. She put on a new pair of nylon socks. To put down is to write. But it can also mean to put down because you are putting in a lower level. Okay? It can have both meanings. So, put down your name in capitals. You know capitals? Capitals here is because it's caps lock, right? In big letter writing. Okay? Put down your name in capitals. Put down the names of the students who were absent. Put down your ideas on a paper. So it can be to write. Okay? But it can also be actually to put something in a lower level. So I have boxes over my closet, and I'm going to put the boxes down. Okay? To put out, to stop burning. The most typical example is to put out a fire. So, when you have a fire going on and you want someone to stop that fire, to seize the fire, the expression is to put out the fire. Okay? People from the US, they also love camping. They do camp a lot more than we do. So this whole habit of putting out fires is very common. But also, we just finished the June festivals, right? And in June festivals, we also have to put out some fires, right? And if you're following all the polemics and controversy and discussions about the Amazon, they have to put out a lot of fires there too, right? Okay. To put in is to apply for something. Do you understand to apply for something? I decided to put in for a job as deputy secretary. It would be to sign up for something. So I can say, I'm going to put my name in for the mayor position. Okay? To put through is specifically when you talk about connections. I work at a big business and we have different telephone numbers, and you call me and I am the secretary and I'm going to say, Colégio Antares, good morning, how may I help you? And then you're going to say, I'd like to talk to Lady Jane. I want to talk to Lady. And then I say, okay, I'm going to put you through to her. So put you through is to connect by phone. Okay? He asked to put through to Charlie Lund. To put off is to delay, to postpone. Okay? Never put off until tomorrow what you can do today. I'm sure you've heard this 1,000 times. For some reason, we generally end up putting it off, right? Anyhow. But never put off until tomorrow what you can do today. And this goes along our theme for the unit, right? If not now, then when? So don't put off what you have to do now. To put by is to save money. I confess to you, it isn't very common. I don't remember hearing this, but it exists. So try to put by a little bit each week. To put across is to get your ideas through. You really explained it in order for someone to understand. So I had to put all my plans across for the board of directors. Okay? So he was trying to put across a serious point, to put across, to explain something clearly. To put away is to tidy. I don't know if you guys know the verb to tidy up, which is to organize, to put things in its places. So to put away is to put it in its proper place. Okay? It's to organize. So I get into your bedroom and it's a mess. Everything on the floor, your dirty clothes and rest of food. It's a mess. So I'm going to say, you should put your clothes away. To put away here, it's not to throw away. It's to put in its proper place. Okay? And with that, we have covered all the options, right? We've mentioned them all. Of course, there are many others. And the exercise that the book asks us to do, we are going to do as a group. I'm going to explain to you how we're going to do this, okay? I just want Renata to tell me how many students, quantos alunos a gente tem agora, Renatinha?
20.
Okay. Now we're talking. Come on! Okay. See, now I lost focus, but I'm back. So we're going to do the exercise that's on the book, but we're going to try to share our guesses. So you don't have to get it 100% right, but you're going to be able to guess, okay? So Gabriel, can you go on to the next slide? We have put and many options of the verb to put. Some we have just discussed, and some we have not discussed yet. This is from your books on page 81, okay? So we have to put aside, to put away, to put down, to put somebody down for, to put forward, to put in, to put off, to put out, to put on, to put out, to put together, to put up with. So we have 12 options of phrasal verbs formed with the verb to put. Then you have 12 translations. You have the words in Portuguese: apagar, juntar, vestir, suportar, instalar, aumentar, baixar, deixar de lado, adiar, inscrever-se, guardar e propor. So you have the space there to write the meaning, but I want to get to see your guesses. So we're going to use a platform we've used before. We're going to use Padlet, And in Padlet, I already have all 12 phrasal verbs. Gabriel, tu pode ir para a página da internet que a gente deixou aberta? Okay. So you see there that I have all 12. Put up, put together, put out, put on, put off, put in, put forward, put somebody down for, put down, put away, put aside, and put up with. So, you are going to have a space to write your translation. So the translation you believe is the right one. So if I think put up is organizar, you're going to type the comment organizar. And then you see that you have the option to put the thumbs up or the thumbs down. So if my classmate wrote organizar and I disagree, I can put the thumb down and I can write what I think is the correct option. If I agree, I think he got it right, I'm just going to put a thumb up. Okay? So you can write your guess and you can also put thumbs up and down for your classmates' guesses. Okay? Tell me if you understood, if you need some explaining again. You are going to write here the translations, the ones you have in the book. Okay? Renatinha, eles vão me dizer se entenderam, se deu ok. I am going to share now the QR code that you guys have to take the picture to join me on this page. Okay? So do you understand? Write your guess and put thumbs up or thumbs down according to the guess of your friends. Gabriel, tu volta lá nos slides e coloca um slide à frente que vai ter o QR code. One more. That's it. Okay? So get the QR code, and as you get in, I'm going to go back to that page so that everybody can see your guesses. I'm going to give you a minute to start, and then if I see we need extra time, I'll give you the extra time, okay? Because you guys deserve it. Pode deixar só a página? Vai colocar de novo o QR Code, Renatinha. Okay. Remember to type the translations the book offers as options. And if you don't want to type, or if you read that your friend has already, I don't think you guys can put the thumbs up and down, only to my comment. But you can put on the top if you are agreeing or disagreeing, right? I thought you would have the space near your comments, but apparently only near my comment you get the thumbs up and down. I'll major on these things, don't worry. But I'm seeing the guesses. Do you want an extra minute? No guesses for put in. No guesses for put forward. No guesses. No, just these two have no guesses. I'll give you guys an extra minute, and then we're going to see the results, okay? Gabriel, passou na tela, né? Okay. Out of time. Finish your guesses. And I only got one thumbs up because some have more than one option, right? Okay, our time is up. Let's do some correcting now to see who got it right and who got it wrong. First thing, I thought that after every comment, you would have the chance to put thumbs up and thumbs down. But apparently, only on the major comment, you can put the thumbs up and down, right? So, I'll major on that. Next time, I'm going to do better. But still, you guys, the ones that had only one option, pode estar na página. The ones that had only one option, I can see that you guys were able to put your thumb up and thumb down. Excellent. We're now going to check your answers, okay? And did you know that this is an actual expression? You can put your thumbs up, and you can say, okay, I think this movie is thumbs up, when you want to say that it is good, because you represent good with thumbs up. And when you want to say that you didn't like the food in that place is thumbs down, it means it's bad, right? There is a famous show in the US in television where two guys, they evaluate movies and they evaluate using this expression, thumbs up and thumbs down. I don't know if this is where the expression came from, but I know that they are huge in the United States, and I always watched the show when they would say thumbs up and thumbs down, and then everybody would use it on the streets. I don't know if they are the ones who coined the expression, but I thought they were. Okay? Anyway, let's correct it. To put up. Someone says here that to put up is aumentar. Aumentar. I think you guys can now put if you agree or disagree. Is it really aumentar or not? To put up. Okay? We have two expressions. We have put up and we have put up with. And they have different meanings. So to put up is aumentar. To put together means juntar. We have only one guess. One person agreed that it means juntar. To put out, it's apagar, lançar. Remember, we talked about one specific example when you used to put out. To put on, to dress. I have just one guess and one thumb up. To put off, adiar. I have one guess and I have 4 thumbs up. I see thumbs coming up and down. Great, guys. That's awesome. So, I see adiar, to put off. I see 4 thumbs up and no thumbs down. Perfect. To put in means instalar. And I have 2 thumbs up. To put forward, I have 2 options. To put forward meaning propor algo, and I have to put forward meaning apresentar. To put somebody down for, inscrever-se para algo. Escrever o nome de alguém em uma lista. Ok. To put down, abaixar, and write. Perfect. The book doesn't mention write, but we did mention, right? From our previous slide. Perfect. To put away, guardar. Excellent. To put aside, deixar de lado. Actually, it really means deixar de lado, right? Just as we translate it. It's the same thing as with the one that says put together. It's really juntar, and if you get a translation, it does give you that meaning, right? It does give you the idea of putting together as juntar. And finally, we have to put up with, suportar, tolerar. You guys rock. Fantastic, okay? Great. The great thing about learning phrasal verbs is that it makes your English sound natural, sound like your everyday English. Because generally, when we learn English as a second language, we tend to use expressions that resemble our own language. So because in Portuguese we don't have many of these phrasal verbs, we end up not using phrasal verbs in English. So the idea here is that we practice the phrasal verbs not only for getting questions right on our exams, which I'm sure you guys are going to do great, but also to allow us to use a more natural language, like the everyday English you would find in countries all over the world. Fantastic, okay? Great job, guys. So let's go back to the slides, Gabriel. Volta lá para os slides. Next. Perfect. So this is the answer from the book. The answers we've just discussed, right? Put aside, deixar de lado. Put away, guardar. Put down, abaixar. But it also means to put on paper, to write down. To put somebody down for, inscrever-se. To put forward, propor, and this is one of the least common uses, at least in my humble opinion. To put in, instalar, like we do on the computer, right? So put the windows in or whatever. To put off, adiar. To put on, vestir. To put out, apagar o fogo. To put together, juntar. To put up, aumentar. And to put up with, suportar. Okay? So now let's get to practice it in real sentences to see if we can get those right. So, next, Gabriel. This exercise is on page 82, actually. And you are going to complete the following sentences using the previous phrasal verbs. Beware of the verb tense. Mind the verb tense. So you are going to complete the sentences with one of those phrasal verbs, with the verb to put, but you also have to remember that it might be he or she, so you have to add an S to the verb, and so on, okay? Let's work on it. I'll give you guys a couple minutes before we correct it, okay? So, if you have your book, do it on your book. If you don't have the book, do it based on what we have here on the projection. Okay? So, we have 10 minutes to go. I'm going to give you 2 minutes. Go! Gabriel, deixa só a página. Thank you. Can we correct it? Just give me a thumbs up. Give me an okay for Renata so that I know that we can start correcting it. I'll just wait for your okay, for your thumbs up, and then I'll get started. Okay? Renata will tell me. Let me know if you need more time. Okay? Mm-hmm. Let me know if I can correct it, and then I'll get started. I don't want to just give away the answers. I want you guys to have your guesses. Okay? So let's start with letter A. Complete the following sentences using the previous phrasal verbs. A. The board of directors, yada, 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 a better suggestion at the meeting last month. What's your guess? The board of directors, blah, 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 a better suggestion at the meeting last month. Come on, I want to see your answers. What do you think? Put away, put in, put off, put out, put down, put up with, put aside. I'm getting an answer. Okay. Renata, what's their guess? To put forward. Very good. The board of directors put forward a better suggestion at the meeting last month. Fantastic. Remember that here you have a sentence in the past, right? Last month. But because put doesn't change, the sentence is going to be the board of directors put forward. To make a proposal. To put forward. Fantastic. Yes, as you type the answers. But I want you to type put because sometimes we're going to have to change the verb. Maybe just a couple times, but still, okay? Very nice. Put forward because it means propor. Excellent. B. It was cold yesterday night. It was cold yesterday night, so the jacket. It was cold yesterday night, so the jacket. What's the answer? He put on the jacket. Perfect. He put on. Again, it's a sentence in the past. So he put on the jacket, right? In levels of cold, if he's putting on a jacket, it's because it's not really cold, right? It's just like breezy, San Francisco cold, whatever. C, if she, all her old clothes, the room will look much tidier. Tidier. Remember, you have the verb to tidy up, which is to organize. And there you have the comparative of the adjective tidy, which is will look much tidier. It will look more tidy, right? So the comparative, tidier. So if she puts away, very nice, guys, fantastic. Puts, because it's she, right? If she puts away all her old clothes, the room will look much tidier. Excellent. Letter D, they should a new central heating at the hotel. They should a new central heating at the hotel. What is that? They should a new central heating. Because it's a cold place, right? You put on a heat. You don't put on anything because you're not dressing up anything. You put in. Yes. They should put in a new central heating because they are installing, right? They are putting it in. E, Jim couldn't the pieces of his model car. Jim couldn't the pieces of his model car. There's a part missing. He couldn't. We can say ensemble. He couldn't ensemble. He couldn't put together. Excellent. Jim couldn't put together. Remember, put together? To ensemble. To get the pieces and put in one. Letter F. They'll have the show till next month. The guitar player is sick. So the show cannot be now. It has to be to next month. Remember, Demi Lovato, she was going to have a show in Fortaleza. But for health problems, she didn't have the show. She had to postpone it. She had to put it off. Perfect. So, they'll have to put off the show to next month. The guitar player is sick. Letter G. Her son is so mean to her. I don't know how it. Her son is so mean to her. I don't know how she stands it. I don't know how she tolerates it. I don't know how she This one's easy, right? This is a very common expression to hear. How she puts up with him. Oh, puts up with it. Perfect. Puts up with it. Excellent. Letter H. We're almost getting to the break. Hold on in your seats. H. Your children, the English course. Your children, the English course. Pay attention that here you're going to have to divide, right? The phrasal verb is not going to be all together. You're going to have to split it. Your children, the English course. It means the same as to enroll. What is the expression? Put your children down for the English course. Fantastic. So you would have to split, right? Put your children down for the English course. Fantastic. Let's our differences and try again. Again, we're going to separate the phrasal verb, right? Let's get our differences and forget them and throw them away. Let's our differences and try again. What's that? No one? Okay. 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 Okay, you guys, let's our differences and try again. Let's put our differences aside and try again. Fantastic. Let's put our differences aside. Excellent. And the final one. All the toys in their place before you watch TV. This is your mom talking to you at home, but not toys anymore, right? It's your clothes, your shoes, your mess. I think at least. Maybe you guys are all organized and tidy, maybe. So anyway, all the toys in their place before you watch TV. Put all your toys away in their place before you watch TV. Fantastic. You guys rock. Let's take a break, have a cup of coffee, and we'll be back, okay? See you in a bit.